But you
Hanggang
have to
dito
close.
Okay.
Ito po.
Ayun, pagandahin mo naman ako.
Dito po kayo, ano kay Ben?
Opo.
Okay.
Meron
So,
po
Para
akong
profile lang
meron po
po.
akong mga tanong, pero...
Tama. Dito ang aking magandang profile. Ayun.
Yan po.
Meron
Okay.
po, may mga questions ako sa inyo, pero ano lang, just take it as guide kung ano yung pag-usapan natin. Parang it could go anywhere. Very casual
On
lang.
the
very-
spot.
Oo.
On the spot. Okay. Mas maganda yung hindi ko pa alam para hindi ko iisipin. My
Mas natural,
goodness.
mas natural.
Exactly. Okay. Hindi ba ako mukhang mataba dyan?
Hindi naman po.
Gandahin nyo naman ako.
Sideways po kayo.
Ayun,
Yan,
sideways.
yan po. Yan.
Ayun.
So, dito.
Ayan. Diyan ka
Tama,
lang.
yan yung aking,
Dito ka lang, ha?
yan ang aking angle na talagang mas okay. Mas okay.
Okay po.
Okay.
Ben, ready? Quiet po in the floor. And 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Start po tayo sa can you tell us a little about kung saan kayo lumaki? Sa family, ganyan.
Right.
Or do you have an idea paano nagkakilala yung parents nyo?
Okay. Well, first of all, I was born in Alacapan, actually Central West Alacapan, Cagayan. So it's actually a very, very simple town somewhere in the north. Yeah, as you could see, in the map, actually, it's really right there, very close to Apari. So it's a place where a lot of Ilocanos are, and of course my parents, they're both from there too, and I just have no idea exactly how they met, but according to my mom, my father was the only boyfriend she ever had, and ever since she never loved anybody anymore. So so actually I had a very, very happy family until to the point where I lost my father. So I guess I was, for me, it was really, it was really a real tragic at that moment, because, knowing that my father really loved to serve our, the people actually in my hometown, because he entered into politics, and by the time he really wanted to be a candidate for mayor as well. So, he tried to get into politics. But before he got into politics, he was actually, he actually had his own, own school, private school. It was called the Universal School of Technology and Fashion. So, and it was about cosmetology, dressmaking, and electronics, and auto mechanics and stuff like that. So he was very successful, in our hometown. But then, when he entered into politics, that was a time when a lot of people got jealous, I guess, especially that he wanted to be a mayor also. And then, of course, a lot of people, instead of consulting the mayor at that time, they'd rather go to my father and, ask for some help or ask for any support, until all of a sudden, instead of staying with his party, because by the time he was in KBL, because before he wanted to run as a mayor, he was actually a councilor already. But then it's really something that I really wanted to tell, because this is a real story that when after the death of Ninoy, and he actually believed that, to have a change, about the government and stuff, because, government at that moment is really, really terrible. And, for me, because I didn't know exactly what was going on. I was still very young. Probably, I was a teenager, of course, not really young, but, I didn't really have enough idea about politics at the moment. All I knew is that I was just wondering why my father was really into politics at the time, and he really wanted to go and join the other party, which was the opposition party. So by the time he was the one who became the campaign manager of Cory, and then of course to the point where they just killed him. So that was a real tragic to my family. So, I've never said this story before in front of the camera, because, for me, it's like I'm not like a politician that I really wanted to be in that one, and then here and there. It's just a thing that I wanted to share because, of course, you know, it's a part of my life. It's a part of my life story. So, I mean, losing my father, you know, for me, that was the worst thing that ever happened to my life, because at that particular point, that's when I became the breadwinner. So I had to do everything. If I had to go and quit my ambition to be a lawyer at that time, because my father wanted me to be a lawyer, but then as soon as I lost him, that's when I realized that, you know, being in the politics or being a lawyer, maybe later on, you know, I'm gonna be joining again, you know, whatever I just still want to do. So I thought maybe putting myself into the showbiz life, you know, and that's when I realized that I wanted to be a singer, and just ran on my own way. So I left my family, you know, at the age of 16, and then, you know, of course, I didn't have any choice but to really go out there and look for a job, you know, for myself and stuff, because the bank was actually taking away our properties by the time, you know, the school, all our, you know, our personal properties, my father and everything, the business and everything, you know, the bank was already, you know, coming, taking them away. So it was to a point where my brothers and my sister told me, like, we don't have any other choice. We don't have any more hope. You are the only talented person that maybe if you can do something, you know, to help, maybe there's really going to be, you know, a way that we can save our, you know, our house, our, you know, properties and stuff. So at that moment, I had to really think, you know, at the age of 16, I thought I could go somewhere else. So I thought of going to Japan or Palau. But then I realized, oh, Japan, probably a lot of yakuzas and stuff. So I thought, well, Palau is you know, it's a U.S. trust territory. So I thought, oh my God, you know, it's probably like in the U.S. I'm going to be earning a lot of dollars. So I thought, okay, maybe I'm going to try it. So as soon as I got to Palau, it was just a very small, simple island, you know. So I thought, oh my God, I can't believe that I came to this place. I got involved with a married man because, of course, you know, I went there just to find a way that I could survive, to find a way that I could earn a lot of money and stuff like that. So I got involved with him, and then it so happened that this guy was married, and you know, came to a moment where the wife already found out about my relationship with this guy, and then she actually came and you know, she came and physically, you know, threatened me and stuff. But I was able to get into my car right away. But, you know, I was hurt because, you know, as soon as I got out of my car, she actually, like, she came and dragged me. And because she was very, very big, you know, it's like talagang maskulado and stuff. So, I mean, since then, I had to go and find a place where I could find help. So the only place was to find this guy. His name was Romy Manlapas, and he happened to be the son of Rudy Manlapas at that time. You know, Rudy Manlapas was the former comedian, right? So I got involved with him until I fell in love with him, and then I got, you know, I got pregnant with this guy. But then, of course, you know, I didn't have any choice but, you know, to tell him that this is my situation, you know, this is my situation, I'm involved with this man, and then I got pregnant and said, oh my God, now I don't know what I was going to do. So I didn't have any choice but to tell the rich guy, you know, that I got involved with, the married guy, saying that I was pregnant with his own son. But the truth was, it wasn't his son. So I came back to the Philippines because I was very scared of the fact that, you know, my situation being a pregnant lady, and then, of course, you know, I was scared that the wife might come and beat me up again. So, you know, it so happened that I went to the province and I asked my mom to take care of me. But it's because that a lot of people right in my province, they were just looking at me like, oh my God, you know, like they were looking at me like very, very low. And you know, so I didn't have any choice but to go to Manila and stay with this guy, you know, the guy who got me pregnant. Until such time that he told me that, I'm sorry, I can't really help you while you're being pregnant right now, because my father, which was Rudy Manlapas, you know, he got sick and he was paralyzed.